What's the truth of this, and red M&Ms?
Oh, dear Lord, honey.
We might as well really get it because that story came out, I think it was an anonymous story, and then everyone said, oh, it's Valentina.
There's something about the way that I do things that either irritates people or people just live, right?
Yeah.
So I have this either or. And at the time, I just was praise and praise and praise and praise and more followers and more love. And why does everybody love her? That I've just been getting so much love that when anything that comes up must come down. Anybody that you know is really famous, like everybody's gone through this process of like, okay, we all love Cardi B, right? And she was rising, 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 rising. She gets to a level of success, and then they're like, there comes that little turbulence where it's like something will happen. They're like, no, let's clock her, let's drag her, let's cancel her, let's bring her down. And you know, we've all had this moment, us artists, where like we climb too high, and then they want to drag you down to see if you can make it through. You know, and I think Red M&Ms was that moment where everybody wanted to just like snatch my wig off, throw it off, and see if I would cry or if I would stand there and pose, you know? And in that moment, when it happened, I was building. When that happened, because I'm such a private person, it exposed this facade and this character of who I could really be, right? At that time, I was booked every single day. No break, just gig, 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 gig. You know, Lady Gaga, another plane,
Right.
blah, blah, blah. That was me, right? At the time, me and my manager, Jason King, I love you, Jason. Me and Jason were just, you know, well, mama, we got these bookings, fill up the calendar.
Right, make
and
that
he was
money.
like, I'll get my cut, you got your cut, coin, 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 coin.
Yep.
Coins were just falling, and we were just catching them, just like a good hooker would, you know, catching the next check, just. We were just doing it. And it got to a point where I was no longer resting. I was no longer having me time, and it was no longer fun. You know? I was just showing up to the gig. They would throw me in the car. I would do the show. I would go on the stage, act like a little monkey, take a bow, go backstage, pack up, do it again. And so when by the time that I'd gotten to this gig in Nashville, Tennessee for play, I was exhausted. I was probably very short of words, not the sweetheart, not acting like Miss Congeniality. Just like, okay, all right, I'll do it, blah, blah, blah. I was running late. I demanded, and I still demanded, I don't give a fuck, it's in my rider. I only do meet and greets before the show, I don't do after the show, because after the show, if I already performed, and I'm sweated out, the lace is coming up, and I don't play that, I don't give a fuck.
The fans are maybe drunk, or
they're
all
drunk,
the rest.
they're turned, they're having a good time. They want to tug on your wig. I'm not about that life, you know?
I can understand that, right?
I'm not about that.
No, baby, I totally agree. That's exactly the rule.
Catch me for them pictures when I'm fresh.
Yeah, when
I
I'm fresh.
arrive, the powder is set, the lip is nice and shiny.
Yeah.
Right after I'm haggard, I'm not trying to take no damn picture, girl. I'm so sorry. You know, all these other drag queens are real humble. They'll do whatever it takes. Not me, Josh. I was born poor, but I was acting real entitled even when I was poor, dreaming of the fairy tale that I wanted to live.
Yeah.
You know? My mother had a real hard time with me because she's real humble. Girl, why did she give birth to the biggest fucking diva? You know, and she, you know, if I have anybody to thank about having an ounce of hope of being a good person, it's because of my mother.
Wow.
You know, she was born dirt poor, and the principles and the morals that she's instilled in me gives me a backbone to be able to be grateful, to, you know, to remind me, to slap me some sense into me, to be grateful for everything. But at that time, I got to the gig. Maybe I was not nice that day, but there was all this stuff going around and all these rumors.
Right, they were all like, Valentina showed up, she was late.
She was late, she demanded having a meet and greet before that. Then there was this karate chop video, roll the footage where I'm attacking a fan and like slapping her hand away.
Oh, right, I forgot about the
Something
old
like that.
slap the
That
hand
blew
away.
up. And then she had posted this thing, not even mentioning my name, insinuating at a rose emoji.
Right.
Which the rose emoji is my emoji. It's followed me. I've blessed the entire community with rose emojis with lots of love, and it went real left.
Yes, it's...
Girl, it was like a hack of rose emojis from my Latin fans. They were just going crazy. I told them to give love. Ooh, excuse me, the champagne. Shirley Temple burps, you know, it's okay, me too. Because Shirley Temple was drinking champagne at 7 years old. That's what I'm feeling like, because my goals, my image is like, what do I want to look like? I want to look like a little 7-year-old little girl. That's
perfect youth.
Hello. Hi, it's me, Valentina.
Anyway, okay, so back to the story.
back to the story,
Because I'm
yes.
talking in circles now. So the story went that she uploaded some Instagram insinuating, I'm so tired of these girls, and she mentioned a lot of girls, but it all fell on me because of the rose emoji.
Right.
That are demanding to have red roses and red M&Ms and champagne and being driven around. And I think at the time they'd had like Nina Bonina, and they had driven her around and took her to Party City to blah, 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 taka, 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 hate their fans, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, like, it all fell on me. It all fell on me, and the whole community came for me, Josh. They all turned.